Okay, MA Curriculum Frameworks video, History and Social Science Frameworks. This will be for you, United States History 1, topic number 5, the Civil War and Reconstruction. Standard number 3, analyze Abraham Lincoln's presidency. Abraham Lincoln's so based, he gets his very own standard. So the end state, students should be able to talk about how Abraham Lincoln's goals evolved throughout the Civil War, beginning in 1861 with preserve the Union as it was, to the end of the war, 1865, and how we have preserve the Union as it was and the ending of slavery. The actual policies that he pursued, so in regards to like slavery, they should be able to talk about the Confiscation Acts, they should be able to talk about the Emancipation Proclamation, and the persecution of the war in and of itself. They should be talking about the blockade, about the first draft, the income tax, right, the expansion of federal government. They should be able to talk about that theme, the expansion of federal power. And then they should be able to talk about the challenges imposed on Lincoln and how he pursued these policies, both from within his own party, the Radical Republicans, pushing him towards emancipation and more radical steps in regards to emancipation, and on the other end, the anti-war Democrats, the Copperheads, who are pushing back against him, and how this affects what policies he can and cannot pursue at certain times. And then students should be able to talk about the ideas that President Lincoln was able to articulate. So Gettysburg Address, his second inaugural address, those are documents that we should be looking at and dissecting. Specifically, the Gettysburg Address. When I was in high school, we spent an entire class period talking just about the Gettysburg Address, all 271 words, because it's that important. In fact, it is one of the primary sources that the curriculum wants you to talk about, which most definitely will be. And talking about his presidency as a whole, that will probably just be weaved into the narrative of the Civil War. So more likely than not, it will be a Civil War unit. And in order to fulfill the requirements of the standard, highlighting Abraham Lincoln, his policies, his positions, how he actually enacts these policies, in talking about the Civil War as a whole, right? I don't see this as we're going to spend 3 or 4 days talking about just Abe Lincoln and just running down a list of the things he did. No, it's probably going to be a Civil War unit where all the other standards and frameworks for the Civil War as a whole is going to be, weaved together in one single coherent narrative for the students. But yes, definitely, we will be spending a lot of time on Abraham Lincoln, on his policies. He'll be brought up a lot, and definitely going to highlight how he led the Union through the war. Yeah.